But now, Nikolai Morozov looking on. It's the couple lying in second place. Last year's bronze medalists, Elena Grushina and Ruslan Goncharov from the Ukraine.
Away, capturing the mood of this music, excellent costumes. A lot of that sequence on one foot, making it more difficult to do. Not a lot of speed. But nailing the twizzles, but easier to do them at that slow speed than some of the others who are going faster. But so sharp, good transition of music.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Lady peaceful, lady happy. That's what I long to be. Well, all the odds are they're in my favor. Something's bound to begin.
More difficulty in that lift on one foot going forwards, risky. Staying on one foot, the diagonal step sequence, but very slow.
Well, that really was a cheeky performance. I enjoyed it. Wonderful to watch, but you're right there. It was a little slow across the ice. There's no doubt about that.
Tremendous presentation, and a lot of thought goes into the costumes in order that they can represent exactly the feel of the music. There's that lift,
and there's the Brits warming up. They're going through their original dance off the ice. Good to see. Well, the technical score 23.43. And very, very good marks, and as you would expect, these two go to the top of the pile with a total of 102.40. And there's confirmation of that. So Grushina and Goncharov lead now. So this is always an exciting couple. Loads of speed, so hang on to your hats here. Lying in 5th place going into this original. This is Israel's very own Galit, Chait and Sergei Sakhnovski.
An excellent, vibrant colour to her dress, really standing out on the warm-up. Excellent twizzles, forward outside on the first set. Perfect alignment. transition on the combination spin, and she can spin like a top.
Well, they give it so much, don't they? I always love watching these two skate. I just wondered, Nicky, whether the rhythm combination really is not the rhythm that these two would really choose. It doesn't, to me, suit their style of skating. But they, you know, they dealt with it well.
He is so dramatic. He's
Fantastic, I love it.
He's always like going for it, and to slow down and to take the feeling of Smile, the Charlie Chaplin music in, as he did at the transition, was lovely.
Well, we've got a chance to have a chat with the leaders.
Will we go further in the competition?
Yes, so we're really happy, of course, because it's first time for us yesterday, second place. Just, I don't know how after OD was going on, but after compulsory we was very happy, and so we want to continue, come higher and higher, and not doesn't stop. So we're happy what's going on today.
Well, they'll be looking for good marks here. They want to try and get ahead of the French couple who'll be last to go, who are just ahead of them. They need good marks to put pressure on them. And these marks will put Galit and Sergei into second place with 98.99. In behind Grushina and Goncharov, ahead of Fraser and Lukanin from Azerbaijan. Now, it's been a tough week for these two. The couple lying in third place behind Grushina and Goncharov going into the original. This is Albina Denkova and Maxim Stavisky. Albina has had a cold since she's been here and had to fight her way through it. So we wish them all the very best of luck. Charleston, slow foxtrot, and then back to the Charleston for these two.
Straight away capturing the mood. Straight line step sequence. Here we go. Just getting out of alignment on the end of the twizzle. Skating, deep, clean edges. Difficult lift. He's doing a lot of work, making it look easy.
Wow, I tell you what, you'd never tell that she was under the weather, would you? Fantastic. You know how tough it is just to get out of bed when you've got the flu, let alone come out and compete in the European Championships. Very, very well done, Albina and Maxim.
Yes, and again, talking to my mum, she was saying she's really in a bad way, coughing all the time, and it is a very challenging routine they have there. There's not a lot of breathing time where you can just take a deep breath and settle down. Very demanding. The amount of technical content in that program, very high level. On the twizzles, going for the highest and most difficult one to do with the most turns.
Well, this is not good news for Albina and Maxim. Those marks are not good at all, and that would have them third on the afternoon, and they go in behind Chait and Sakhnovski from Israel. So they're going to drop there. But, they'll come back fighting in the free program. You can bet your bottom dollar. It's all pretty close at the top. Well, you may have heard Gwendal Peizerat saying that this is one of the teams that he is really impressed with. A couple that have improved rapidly, although they're lying in 7th place going into this original, 7th last year. A very, very impressive couple indeed. This is Oksana Domnina and Maxim Shabalin from Russia, the newly crowned Russian national champions. And then the time will come when all the waiting's done. The time that you return and find me here and run straight to my waiting arms.
And they're very powerful. A lovely start, capturing the feel of the music. Languid moves.
I will wait for you till you're there beside me, till I'm holding you, till I hear you sigh, till you my arms. If it takes forever, I will wait for you for 1,000 summers. I will wait for you till you're here beside.
And lovely turns, everything done with such finesse.
And forevermore, sharing good love.
Quality and power and beauty in the lifts.
Oh yes, that had everything. Really, really enjoyed that. the contrast between the style and the elegance of the slow foxtrot with the exuberance there of the quick step in the last section was just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's funny, I skated to that music. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. I think this had the same edit in it as well, but probably not quite as well as that, truth be told. But look at these lifts. He's getting into a difficult lift very quickly. He's very strong, she is too.
32.16. So that has them in 4th place behind the Bulgarians. So with 5 couples to go, representing Russia, Tatiana, Navka, and Roman Kostomarov. And they have for us this afternoon a quick step into the slow foxtrot, and then back to quick step again with sing, sing, sing. Really taking their time. And why not?
Straight away, very sharp.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime.
Very sharp.
Moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you like you do. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever.
Lovely position in the combination spin. Setting now for the straight line step sequence.
That is something. Fever is such a thing. You started to
Just magical. Well, skating with all the confidence of champions, and they've thrown down the gauntlet there in this final group. And I tell you what, her dress was molting out there. There's a feather out on the ice that came out early on in the routine. I hope the flower girls spot that and pick it up, because it could be very dangerous for any one of the 4 couples still to go.
Yeah, I did have a concern about that when she was in the warm-up, and it would just be disastrous for the next couple who are John and Sinead to skate over that. Stop your skate, you'd have no chance at all. So, now for me, I'm seeing what is quite a conventional routine in the makeup of that. A lot of conventional steps, very, very high quality in the lifts and the power and the sharpness, good speed. Some of the step sequence, particularly for the diagonal one, was quite conventional. And I don't know if it was how you were, when you were doing your proportion, your bit of competing. We grew up and it was almost like we were following Chris and Jane all the time, and they would come out as champions, be doing something that was pushing the boundaries each year. And so in ice dancing, when I have the champions coming on, I'm expecting something to be pushed a little bit further, and they're kind of establishing and keeping their position through that. And this routine had a lot of conventional movements that I've seen before, very well done, but not pushing the boundaries quite so much.
So how do you think the judges will view that? The system here doesn't seem to be going with originality. We heard Gwendal saying that.
Yeah,
so
and what
perhaps that's why they've done it.
And what Maxim was talking about too, it's almost like the focuses at the moment, the pendulum swung towards the technical, and it's taking away from the exuberance and the freedom in the choreography, perhaps to a degree.
Yes, there's certainly a lot of technical elements they have to get into the program now.
And I think these two at the moment, they have a gap at the top that they can work in, and they are champions. But if there's somebody going to be pushing up to them who is doing something that is more innovative, is pushing the boundaries, then they would need to be watching themselves, I think. And the quality of the skating is just excellent, and that being part of what is marked here, of course.
44.19 their marks from the compulsory dances, and they've got a margin of 3.5 points there going into the original dance, and the marks are good here. No doubt about that. The component marks of 40.40 together for the segment 63.62, and that gives them 107.81. So almost 5.5 marks ahead of Grushina and Goncharov, who now are in second place. Now, big moment for these two, lying in 8th place. Would you believe it? In only their second European Championships. Fantastic stuff. We wish them all the very best of luck in the world here. Slow Foxtrot and a quick step for John and Sinead Kerr from Great Britain.
Fabulous choice of music. Of course, vocal permitted for the ice dancers in this section. Nice start.
Please don't mind.
Good content with the turns. And straight away seeing Quickstep establishing that dance. Straight line step sequence. All on one foot, more difficult to do.
Well, non-stop action there from the British champions, John and Sinead Kerr. Fantastic. Well, they were a real surprise last year getting into the top 10, and that of course allowed us to have two competitors in the European Championships this year, and they are just going from strength to strength.
Very nicely done, professionally presented from the off. I particularly like the content, the edges, so much of it done on one foot. John doing the same amount of work as Sinead. So when you take that to pieces and look at it as a technical, all the turns that were done, there's a lot of content there, a lot of marks that can be built up.
Good marks, 29.69 now. That will put them...
They did get a 6 dead as well, that would have been good in olden times.
6th place then for John and Sinead at this stage. So that's pretty much their allotted slot, so looks as though they're going to stay in 8th, I would imagine, but we'll see. Now, the roof is going to come off the stadium now as the home team take to the ice. And here they are, about 7,000 packed into this stadium. Not as busy as it was early on, but boy, oh boy, can they make some noise. The Italian national champions, Federica Faiella and Massimo Scali, lying in 6th place.
They need to turn the music up. Beautiful edges. And just flowing through the straight line step sequence, this real quality skating. Lovely choreography, going into the diagonal step sequence, not having to put a stop in.
Just listen to that. It is deafening. And looking around, people on their feet, they really, really enjoyed it. And so did I. Hope you did at home. Federica Faiella and Massimo Scali from Italy. Boy, oh boy, they get better every year, don't they?
And the quality and standard of this competition, very, very high indeed. Lovely skating throughout, a packed routine, so much detail with the choreography. Now, I find myself, surprisingly for me, preferring like the overall content of that against Tatiana and Roman's original dance, and you're comparing them against the champions of the world. But it was so lovely. The outfits are great, the content is very nice, and every element very well performed. And in particular, I like it when the couples don't stop to mark the start of their step sequences, when they can actually make it clear that this is the step sequence, but keep it on a running edge and keep it moving.
We're just about ready for the marks. Just to let you know, we just got word that Albina's health is not very good at all. She's actually suffering from bronchitis. Yeah, so very, very tough, and may not skate in the free dance.
I think she should not do the free dance.
So let's focus on these marks now. Where will the judges put the Italians? And looking down, I can tell you they are 5th on the original dance and 5th place overall with a total of 90.06. So well done to them. So 2 couples to go, and this will be interesting. People who've made tremendous progress, although find themselves going into this free dance a couple of places down on where they finished last year. This is the Russian number 2, Svetlana Kulikova and Vitaly Novikov.
Straight line step sequence. He had problems with this on the warm-up. But not that time. He needs a whistle. So strong, you saw it in the lift.
Well, a power pack 2.5 minutes. For me, it looks a little untidy in places, but nevertheless compelling to watch.
Yeah, he is so strong. To me, it was a little ragged, and part of that might be the costume, the way that works, but also part of it, the content. It's like this doesn't really fit his style in particular, and he is so tall, he takes so much presence that it wasn't really fitting into what it could be.
Now a chance to hear from Tatiana and Roman backstage.
Tatiana and Roman, first of all, congratulations for the OD. Are you surprised, or how are you surprised that the main opponents here in Turin are Grushina and Goncharov?
You know, we try to skate our best, and I never see my competitors. I'm very glad for them, and I'm happy we did very well today, and we're really enjoying skating this audience. And
what are you thinking? Which of the three parts, compulsory, OD or free dance, is your strength?
All of them is very important, all of them, but yesterday we did good. Before yesterday we did good compulsory dance, golden waltz. We skated pretty good and we're happy about it. Today we did pretty good, OD. And of course we're looking forward for tomorrow and hope to skate well tomorrow, free dance.
Thank you very much and good luck for tomorrow.
Well, Roman there keeping it all pretty close to his chest. Well, those marks will put them into 7th place, I think. 7th overall with 81.82. So good news for the Russians. They will have moved up, I think, certainly 2 places there. But our final couple this afternoon, representing France and lying in 4th place, knocking on the door of a medal. Muriel Zazoui looking very relaxed as her charges take to the ice. This is Isabelle Delobel and Olivier Schoenfelder.
Lovely skating as ever. I thought their golden waltz was, for me, the best. This light tripping style fits the feel of the music. And clever, him just staying on one foot. Still keeping the speed. And difficult lift on the transition.
C'est bon. Love sailed in France. One day thrilled to romance, because it's all so good. C'est bon. Now I say to you, like the friends people do, 'cause baby it's so good.
Good content. Turns on one foot. swizzles.
Well, that really was sensational. Loved it. They've kept it going, and they are putting the pressure on the people in the medal positions at the moment. You wouldn't rule them out of a medal, would you?
I would be having them in medal position now on how they're skating here. I think they're really not getting the marks that their skating deserves. Lovely lilting style he has, great edges, lots of technical content.
Well, 4th place on the afternoon, but that will have them in 5th overall. Bit of a disappointment for them. Left themselves with a little bit too much to do, perhaps, after the compulsory dance, but well, they shrugged their shoulders. They gave it their best shot.
They're pushing to move up. They're just all the time. It's push, push, push. It's what you've got to do. But I'm disappointed they didn't get more.
Well, it's a wonderful recipe for a fantastic free dance. That's the situation. Navka-Kostomarov, the defending champions, leading. Grushina, Goncharov in 2nd place. And Chait and Sakhnovski, great to see them up on the medals as well. They've always entertained us. And Sinead and John have dropped a place. Look at that. And Russians going ahead.
I can't see that on those two relative performances.
Pamela and Jonathan there in 15th place. They've done well. They've moved up. So that's good news for them. Situations further down on the next page. We're not going to see that. So there we go.